CARICOM leaders discuss the ongoing situation in Venezuela. Our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Wednesday, August 9th from the CMC News Center in Bridgetown. I'm Dawn Paris. Good evening. CARICOM leaders are yet to officially disclose their position on the ongoing situation in Venezuela following a video conference on Tuesday. CARICOM's chairman, Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, presided over a 3-hour meeting to discuss the way forward in dealing with the current crisis in Venezuela. No official word on the meeting's outcome has been issued from the CARICOM Secretariat or the office of Dr. Mitchell, but a statement from the Foreign Affairs Ministry of Trinidad and Tobago has described the meeting as robust with varied views. The statement said the meeting focused on promoting dialogue among stakeholders within Venezuela with the aim of resolving its social and political challenges. Venezuela has been plagued with social and political unrest from the beginning of the year, with a growing divide between the government of Nicolas Maduro and the opposition. There have also been daily violent protests against the government, and over 120 people have been killed in the violence. The most recent attempt at an uprising in the city of Valencia on Sunday was quickly thwarted by the army. In last month's Heads of Government meeting, CARICOM leaders reaffirming their guiding principles of adherence to the rule of law, respect for human rights and democracy, as well as for the fundamental principles of non-intervention and non-interference in the internal affairs of states. Barbados's Culture Minister Stephen Lashley is calling for the full brunt of the law to be brought to bear on the perpetrators of the shooting incident at Grand Kadooment, the climax of the country's Crop Over Festival. Speaking to the media on Wednesday, 2 days after the incident, the Culture Minister said it's the responsibility of government to do all in its power to keep the national festival safe.
They spoke of the whole question of the highest penalty. I really mean the highest penalty. Where you are engaged in that kind of reprehensible behavior, it is not for me, it's for the courts to determine that, but I can express a view that that kind of behavior should be quickly visited with the kind of penalty that should deter. I feel very strongly about that because I believe that persons who who are guilty of gun violence should really feel the full weight of the law.
Monday evening's Kadooment day reveling was marred by violence, which left one man dead and many others nursing gunshot wounds, including a 6-year-old child who was grazed by a bullet. And still in Barbados, less than a month after unions and the Employers Federation marched for a meeting with government, the government has set Friday as the day for that meeting. The bone of contention for the unions and the social partners is the recently increased National Social Responsibility Levy, the NSRL. In its recent budget presentation, government announced that it was increasing the NSRL from 2 to 10%. President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, says a draft agenda has already been jointly agreed to. He says he hopes the union's mission will be achieved and there will be significant results. Over to Trinidad and Tobago, President General of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, Ansel Roger, says members of the trade union movement will soon get a list of companies they should boycott. Last Friday, he called for a boycott of a number of businesses owned by the Syrian-Lebanese community, dubbed the 1%. That term refers to comments made by businessman Mario Sabga Aboud, who said that community represented 1% of the population, but is the most powerful group in TNT. Roger says the list is being compiled and he is yet to hear from the Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley about his request for a meeting. Judy Kanai of CNC3 News has more in this report.
President General of the OWTU, Ansel Roger, is sticking to his call for a boycott of businesses owned by the so-called 1%. Speaking with reporters after a meeting with the Energy Minister on Tuesday, he could not say how soon the list would be issued. other than it's currently being compiled, and that members of the trade union movement would be the first ones to receive it. However, there is also a second one, with businesses that should be supported.
It is about time that we begin to focus on the 99%, which forms part of the local business community and so on, the local hardwares, the local groceries and so on. And let us go back to buy the doubles and the roti and the bacon shark and the pilau and so on. And let us do it on any day, not just Tuesdays and Fridays.
But what about the impact on employees of the 120 businesses that Roger is calling on to boycott? It's something most business groups fear will have a negative impact on the economy and lead to job losses.
They are being sent home in any case. And we welcome them being absorbed into businesses that really will boom as a result of the 99% taking charge.
At Friday's march, Roger called for a meeting with Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. On Saturday, Dr. Rowley issued a statement calling for trade union leaders to return to the tripartite approach rather than using threats and insults. Roger says he is yet to hear directly from the Prime Minister. So what happens if he doesn't get that meeting?
Well, you stay tuned, fasten your seatbelt. Which Prime Minister seems to be very elusive these days? Which Prime Minister, when in opposition, was very, very present at every opportunity? We are committed to dialogue and to tripartism. We are totally committed to that. But it cannot be that while we are in discussions, you are sending workers home.
And in Grenada, the Technical and Allied Workers Union is standing in solidarity with its workers at the gravel, concrete and emulsion plant as they stage a silent protest over wage disagreements. On Tuesday, the workers downed tools in an attempt to force management to get to the table to discuss a wage increase, which has been pending for the last 5 years. President General of the union, Andre Lewis, describes the action as a train without brakes.
No brakes on this train right now. Absolutely no brakes on this train right now. But it is controlled. It is controlled. There is no brakes on it. The only control that would be from on the outside would be the response that ought to be forthcoming and forthcoming immediately from the authority.
According to Trevor Cox, Chief Shop Steward, employees of the gravel and concrete have made enough sacrifices for the company over the past 5 years, and now it is time for them to pay up. Wage increases on the table cover the period 2016 to 2018.
We have seen from 2015 that there had been a turnaround. The corporation started realizing profits, And so seeing that we have not gotten any increase over these 5 years, we have decided that we have submitted a new proposal to the company for wage increases for year 2016 to 2018. And it has been a long drawn out process because the company has been delaying, trying to get meetings and we're not getting any meetings. So as the president rightly said, that workers have reached a point that they are fed up. The company refusing to respond. And because we are saying the only message employers will understand is when workers withdraw their labor.
Workers were joined by their bargaining unit, the Technical and Allied Workers Union. President General Andre Lewis says they have been trying to meet with management to discuss the issue on the table for quite some time now. The last scheduled meeting was last Friday, however, it did not materialize.
We have been trying for months to hold meaningful negotiations with the corporation. That has not been successful. We started, yes, and they have not been in a position to give us any meaningful response. And therefore, as of this morning, the workers and the union have taken this action to ensure that we get some response from gravel and concrete as to the way forward with our negotiation. This is very, very simple.
The union says given the nature of the negotiations, they were not in a position to outline figures on the proposed document.
That report from Eugenia Peters of GBN News. Stay with us, there's more news after the break.
Join the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and its regional and international partners at the CBU Annual General Assembly, August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau, the Bahamas, under the theme Digital Developments in Caribbean Media. Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis, will welcome delegates during the opening ceremony. Guyana's Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Kathy Hughes, will offer a keynote address on digital developments in the region. See the launch of the UNESCO-sponsored Manual of Social Media Guidelines for Caribbean Journalists, with guest speaker Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. And hear from international media players about the new developments in digital television standards in Europe, the US, and Japan. And this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Awards Gala at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island is not to be missed. Call 246-430-1007 to book your space in the 3-day conference and exhibition. Don't miss the CBU 48th Assembly at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau from August 21st through 24th. Discounts on flights to the assembly on the official airline, Caribbean Airlines.
Are you missing out? It's the summer of 60. Up to 60% off accommodations, travel, tours, and special deals. Plus, the music, the party, the vibes, the celebration of the 60th Carnival. It's the summer of 60. Yeah! Love Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda. The beach is just the beginning.
Take advantage of these special deals. Go to visitantiguabarbuda.com for more info.
Welcome back. Haiti says it's prepared to accept its nationals if they are not accepted by Canada. Two Haitian ministers, including Foreign Affairs Minister Antonio Rodrigue, are in Canada talking with officials following the arrival of several thousand Haitian nationals seeking asylum in that North American country. Rodrigue, accompanied by her colleague Stephanie Auguste, the minister with responsibility for Haitians living abroad, said they have been mandated by President Jovenel Moïse to meet with Canadian and provincial authorities and determine what best could be done regarding the situation of migrants flowing to the Canadian border. They will also discuss ways to facilitate their integration into Canadian society. Speaking at a joint news conference with the mayor of Montreal, the Haitian foreign minister said that the visit was aimed at assessing the situation of Haitian nationals seeking asylum in Canada, especially those without the necessary documentation. Several thousand Haitian asylum seekers arrived in Canada from the United States, crossing the border illegally. The Haitians fear that as many as 60,000 of them in the United States could lose their temporary protected status and be expelled from that country. Belize is reviewing its tourism policy to bring it in line with sustainable tourism practices. The existing policy dates back to 2005, and a Chief Tourism Officer, Abdil Castaneda, says although it dealt with environmental protection and economic benefits, other modern and crucial issues were not covered.
Things like climate change, things like disaster response, things like the shared economy that we're seeing a lot. You know, we're hearing Airbnb and Ubers across not only Belize but the world, and we have to be prepared to be able to address these different industry trends as they come along.
The process for the revised policy began in January, and Castaneda says the fundamental issue raised by stakeholders is the implementation process.
We are on the correct path and direction in terms of tourism development, in that we have engaged in the sustainable tourism model of development, even though we are still working in getting that to be a little bit more effective and efficient. But the second thing is, and very importantly, is that a lot of our partners have mentioned that while we are going to update the policy, one thing they wanted to see a little bit more within the policy is how we're actually going to deliver and implement that policy. So
Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness has described the murder of a 17-year-old schoolgirl as one of the vilest attacks on the country's young women. Michelle Moulton was reportedly killed because she refused to give in to sexual demands from some men in her community. The secondary school student was shot in the head at her home in the community of Arnett Gardens on Sunday night as she slept. Her 12-year-old sister was also shot and injured. Prime Minister Holness says he has instructed the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to do everything possible to assist the girl's family. The police have also assigned additional investigators to track down whoever is responsible for the teen's murder.
This issue of crime and violence that is gripping our country, we cannot allow the criminals to win. We cannot allow your daughter's death to just pass. This is a moment when the entire Jamaica must recognize that the criminals have no respect, no regard for life, whoever. Now, what on earth could a 17-year-old teenager do to anyone? Lying in the bed, asleep, innocent.
I rest assured in, and it is what keeping me going, is that the God that I serve is the only giver and taker of the breath. So man can move the body, but the soul belongs to the Lord. And I know that my daughter is in a greater place, and I just need to keep myself so that when that time comes, we can meet again. I'm not worried. I am human, so I am going to feel away. But I know to be absent from the body is to be present with the Almighty God. So I am at peace.
It has just hardened my resolve now to deal with the criminals. And we're going to show them that we are people of integrity. We believe in God, and we're going to do this the right way. We're going to protect and preserve life, but those criminals who are insistent, we must get them.
Jamaica has recorded 893 murders since the start of the year, and according to the statistics, June was the month with the highest number of killings. Figures from the National Intelligence Bureau, the NIB, show that in that month 157 people were murdered, while 138 murders were recorded in May, 136 in July, 123 in January, 118 in March, 109 in April, and 86 in February. 26 people were killed in the first week of August. The NIB said the year-to-date increase in murders stood at 159, and that's 21.7% more than in the same period last year. In 2016, Jamaica recorded 1,350 murders, with the police claiming that 65% of those were linked to gangs. Ahead in Newsline Sport, a silver for the Bahamas as the IAAF Championships continue.
Do you want a real Barbadian experience with peace and tranquility? A home away from home feeling? Come and stay at Best E Villas. We offer 2 amazing locations to choose from, Prospect St. James or Christchurch. Plan a staycation for your anniversary, birthdays, summer or winter breaks, or any special event. Best E Villas is located in close proximity to our lovely beaches. Call us now at 246-425-9751 or visit us at bestevillas.com and make your booking for the best in villas.
Are you missing out? It's the summer of 60. Up to 60% off accommodations, travel, tours, and special deals. Plus, the music, the party, the vibes, the celebration of the 60th Carnival. It's the summer of 60. Yeah! Love Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda. The beach is just the beginning.
Take advantage of these special deals. Go to visit AntiguaBarbuda.com for more info.
Coming from the Caribbean, we know that our health system is scary. As I talk to my parents, my aunts, my family, my friends, many of them are afraid to grow old in the Caribbean because they do not know where they will go for health care. Quality care costs too much money. What are our governments doing to improve our health system? And what is our role in ensuring that we have the best care possible for our future?
Bahamian Stephen Gardner won silver in the men's 400 meters to hand the Caribbean its only medal on day 5 of the IAAF World Championships in London on Tuesday. The 21-year-old was well positioned coming off the final curve, slightly behind eventual winner Wade van Niekerk of South Africa, but could not shift to overdrive, and he crossed the line in 44.41 seconds. Van Niekerk, the reigning Olympic champion and world record holder, won in 43.98 seconds. The bronze went to Abdelallah Haroun of Qatar, who ended the race in a season's best 44.48 seconds. The Jamaican pair of Nathan Allen and Demish Gale finished 5th and 6th, respectively. Gardner spoke to the media about his race.
Got out decent, ran a nice backstretch, but coming home to the 150, just didn't know I had it in me, but I had to fight for it, and I got the silver. And I'm thankful to God, my coach, my family, my friends for supporting me so much, and I appreciate the silver medal.
Meantime, in the women's 400 meters hurdle, Jamaica's Ristanana Tracy easily secured her spot in the final. She hurdled cleanly and led from start to finish to take the top spot in the semi-final too in 54.79 seconds. Tracy said she was happy with her performance and has high hopes for the final.
Confident to go out there and actually try and make it on the podium. I'm just going to go out there and run my own race, follow my own race plan, and see what happens in the end.
And off the track and on the field, Danielle Thomas-Dodd made it to the women's shot put final with a throw of 18.42 seconds. Trinidadian sprinter Kellyanne Baptiste is not giving up on an Olympic medal before her athletic career is over. In her third time in the final of the 100 meters at the IAAF World Championships, Baptiste turned in an 8th place finish, clocking 11.09 seconds, and that time was 0.02 seconds slower than her semi-final run, which earned her the final spot in the final. The sprint goal was won by her training partner, American Tori Bowie. Although disappointed at the outcome of the race, the Trinidadian said she was not disheartened and was aiming to come back stronger.
2016 for me was a terrible year, and so I feel like just being able to bounce back from that is an achievement for me, and so I'm hoping to use getting into this final as momentum to take me through to the other World Championships and to 2020, and I'm believing that I will still be able to achieve, Olympic medal in an individual event and a World Championship medal before I decide to hang up my spikes.
And a correction earlier, Danielle Thomas-Dodd made it to the women's shot put final with a throw of 18.42 meters. Meantime, another Trinidad and Tobago athlete believes the country's best athletes are hurting and the breaking point is fast approaching for the Twin Islands sporting ambassadors. In fact, Sparkle McKnight says the point of no return may already be here. For the second successive time, she exited the IAAF World Championship Women's 400 meters hurdle at the semi-final stage, finishing last in Heat 1 in 56.59 seconds on Tuesday. After the race, the 25-year-old told the Express newspaper that not only her 2017 season, but possibly her entire career might be over. She said, quote, I may be locking it off for good. It's a big struggle. My heart breaks right now because I know I'm capable of making it straight to the final. I know I'm capable of many things, but without the resources, my competitors are so far ahead of me. It's really tough, end quote. Following his first round elimination in the men's 110-meter hurdles on Sunday, Mikel Thomas, another Trinidadian, said he was at a career crossroads because of a lack of government support. Now McKnight is contemplating her future as well. She said this year she had to go through so much and she doesn't think she can put herself through that again. McKnight said, quote, I want it for myself, but I don't have the support, so this may be it. The only support I got this year was a little help from the TTOC, that's the TNT Olympic Committee. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be home for trials. It's just a really sad thing, and it's not only me. It's almost the entire Trinidad and Tobago team. We put it aside and came out here to compete, but nobody knows what goes on behind doors. We sit amongst ourselves and we talk. but it falls on deaf ears, end quote. She said if the much-needed support is not offered, she is done with athletics. Turning to cricket now, there were easy wins for Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana as the fourth round of the regional Under-19 Championship ended on Tuesday. Jamaica breezed to a 4-wicket win after Leeward Islands suffered a batting meltdown. Set 71 to win, Jamaica were led to victory by Andre McCarthy, who top scored with a run-a-ball 25. Meantime, Trinidad and Tobago crushed Barbados by 87 runs before lunch on the final day of their fourth-round encounter. And in the other match, a magnificent 7-wicket haul from left-arm spinner Ashmead Ned propelled Guyana to an innings and 58-run victory over Windward Islands. Ned finished with match figures of 12 for 57 following his 5-wicket first innings performance. With 2 half-centuries in 4 innings on tour, West Indies stroke maker Jermaine Blackwood says he feels in great form as he gears up for the opening test against England later this month. The right-hander struck exactly 50 in Sunday's opening day of the 3-tour match against Kent, following up his 59 against Essex in the first tour game. Blackwood also lost his place in the Test squad recently, failing to find favour in the recent 3-Test home series against Pakistan. But he opened the current tour with an attacking half-century against Essex and followed up with another handsome effort against Kent. And he says he's eagerly looking forward to the first test at Edgbaston beginning August 17th, which will be the inaugural pink ball test in England. Blackwood said the team has been training hard and the West Indies men are all excited about the first test. West Indies face Derbyshire in their third 3-day tour match starting Friday. The day-night affair will be in preparation for the test. And that's the sports. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Do you want a real Barbadian experience with peace and tranquility? A home away from home feeling? Come and stay at Best E Villas. We offer 2 amazing locations to choose from, Prospect St. James or Christchurch. Plan a staycation for your anniversary, birthdays, summer or winter breaks, or any special event. Best E Villas is located in close proximity to our lovely beaches. Call us now at 246-425-9751 or visit us at bestevillas.com and make your booking for the best in villas.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
And that's Caribbean Newsline for news and sport round the clock. Log on to CanaNews.com. We'll be back here again tomorrow. But from all of us at CMC News, thank you for watching and good night.